Hi, this is Anvi Prabhu. Welcome back to my channel. So, breaking news, there has been a second assassination attempt at former President Donald Trump.
Worst attack on our democracy.
This happened yesterday on Sunday afternoon at his Florida golf course. Donald Trump is fine, apparently, and he released this statement soon after. There were gunshots in my vicinity, but before rumors start spiraling out of control, I wanted you to hear this first. I am safe and well. Nothing will slow me down. I will never surrender. So Donald Trump was apparently about 300 to 500 yards away from the suspect when he was caught by FBI and he is now in police custody. Now, I personally do not want to get too much into the details of the incident as such because all the details are out there on the internet, and also there are a lot of rumors floating around, so I don't want to get into that. But if this incident and the reactions to it, along with the reactions to the first assassination attempt at the former president, are anything to go by, and if these reactions do not bring to light the absolute absurdity and the sheer hypocrisy of the so-called liberal wing, the so-called left wing, I don't know what else will. Because an attempt at assassination is not just an attempt to murder a particular person, but to assassinate the messages and the ideals and the values that that particular person stands for. And we all are witness to the recent presidential debate that happened, and we all saw, it was like clear as daylight, who leaned more towards truth and integrity and conviction and who did not. I honestly don't think that the world over we'll ever have any political candidate with whom the entire society agrees unanimously. That's never going to happen. There will always be differences of opinion, but that is what democracy is. So as I mentioned, it has been the second assassination attempt at the former president within less than 2 months. And if I remember right, the first attempt was not even mentioned, not even brought up during the presidential debate that happened just a few days ago. And coming back to the main point of this video, which is the reactions to the assassination attempt, let's start with the opposing candidate herself, shall we? Take a listen.
If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be?
Does one of us have to come out alive?
How is this democracy? How is this a normal functioning society? But you know, in today's world, it is the left wing who apparently understand morals, who apparently understand humanity, the value of human life, the value of values in human life. There is something called voting. If you don't agree with the views of a particular person, don't vote for that person. It is as simple as that. But society is never simple, is it? Especially today's so-called modern liberal society. Is never simple. Because 9 or 10 years ago, I personally identified as a liberal, and I did that without understanding the nuances of what it meant to be a liberal in today's society, in today's world. So I feel like it's all about common sense, isn't it? The day you find yourself celebrating an assassination attempt, no matter who it is for, the day you start celebrating somebody's death, and you feel that death is justified just because they held opposing views to yourself, you've lost the plot. That's what happened. That's what happens, actually, continues to happen both in India and in the Western societies. And that's why I moved away from the liberal left. And if you want more proof, here are the other reactions to the second assassination attempt at Trump. This person says he's big and round, literally a perfect target. Like, how do they feel so bad? At this point, just let me do it. Somebody asks, they did it again, and somebody replies yes with a red heart. Someone says, can someone just succeed already? And the other person says, at this point, if they are going to try again, just give the gun to a Boy Scout. Here is this TikTok. How did they attempt to assassinate Trump again and continue to miss? Just hand me the... At this point. ATP? That's what ATP? ATP means at this point, right? I'm not in touch with the modern day slang. And here's another tweet. No, go after his wife and child. That's very big-hearted of you, mister. And here's another person who says, how do you manage to miss again when trying to get Trump? It's like they make it seem like they are so much for democracy and equal rights and equality regardless of any barricades, and yet here they are advocating for someone to be murdered. Like, at least be consistent in your values, right? At least have the guts to say, yes, we pretend to stand for equality, but we don't, because if you don't agree with our viewpoints, if you don't agree with our values, then we are going to consider you as not worthy of living. At least have the guts to say that outright. Don't pretend to be all for equality and democracy and whatnot and have this moral high standpoint and then come out with this really childish tweets and messages. Really? And here's one that says, you're telling me Trump got shot at again and they missed again? With 2 question marks. And you tell me that the right wing is supposed to be fascist? Really? Okay, to end with, here are some tweets from the suspect who is now in police custody, as I said. Democracy is on the ballot and we cannot lose. We cannot afford to fail. The world is counting on us to show the way. And he also says, I was not supporting Bernie, but now I am. A Sleepy Joe stands for nothing. No plans, no ideas, just as limp as Hillary. Bernie, give them hell, fight to the death. I shall leave this video here and I will let you go and ponder the state of affairs of our society right now. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do subscribe as it helps me to grow and reach more people. Also, make sure you like the video and also join in the conversation with your comments below. I love listening to all of you all. Until next time, take care.
And why are you here?
I'm 56, from the U.S., from North Carolina originally, so live in Hawaii now, so flew all the way from Hawaii here. Definitely black and white. This is about good versus evil. This is a storybook, you know, any movie we've ever watched, this is definitely evil.
The worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War.